Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've never brought someone on my channel before, but the moment I met Lalita, she is just absolutely stunning. Her energy is so radiant, and I feel like she has so much to teach us about feminine energy, feminine essence, how to really embody your most feminine self. And just from speaking to her, I've learned so much, and I want to bring this exact value to you to my channel. So welcome, Lalita. All right.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so
First of all, the light that you see in me,
Yeah.
it means that you have it within you.
Thank you.
And whoever's watching, there's no coincidences.
Yeah.
And if we felt like this video needs to come out, that means that there's people that need to hear and see it. And we're not gurus who's sitting here and telling you what to do. Honestly, we just feel like every conversation that we're having, it goes so deep that we would love to share it, and just to have another bestie like you sitting with us and doing it. Let's be serious.
Let's dive into the tea. So, Lalita, I would love to know your story around why. Why did you go into this work of embodying this feminine self, right? Like, where were you at before? What drove you to be like, I can't live this way anymore? And then what eventually got you to the other side?
Oh, that's such a deep question, because I truly believe whoever's going into spirituality or diving deep within themselves, it's because they can no longer take whatever is happening in their life. You have to be so done with the life that you have that you're like, okay, the pain of staying the same is much greater than getting into something unknown. And that's what I was. I was so much in my masculine, controlling, especially in the relationships. I felt like I needed to know everything. Everything needed to be my way. And for me, working 9 to 5, 6 days a week, hustling and feeling like I was existing and not living. And I feel like for the feminine, it's living in pleasure. It's being present. It's not controlling, but letting everyone be and letting yourself be and going with the flow. Not just going with the flow as it is, it's just you creating your own flow. And the point for me was 4 years ago when I was in relationships that I felt was not aligned anymore, but I was afraid to step into that unknown. And that's all that I knew. Since I was 15, 16, I was in the same relationships. And then here I am, 24, 25, just moved to Toronto. Because I'm originally from Ukraine. And when you're on your own, it just hits a bit differently. But I just felt something inside of me was saying, there is more to this life. There's more, like I'm meant to live a better life. And I couldn't explain it. So I decided to bet on myself. And that feeling of wanting more, I just decided to go for it. And I literally quit my relationships. I moved to the city. I changed my job. I quit everything, basically 180. Because if you want to quantum shift, quantum leap, that's what you do. You step into the unknown and you trust that inner voice without the proof of your 3D reality. But you trusting yourself enough, you trusting God within you, that desire is there for a reason. And that's the true goddess, queen, feminine knows that her intuition knows ahead of time. Her body knows ahead of time. And that's how I felt. My body knew, and I just bet on myself.
Wow. It must be so scary to move from like kind of being in your comfort zone to completely shifting the country that you're in, right? And it's like facing a brand new version of yourself every single day, which is embodying the fear. There's a sense of, who do I need to be today? I'm very fascinated as to that facing element. When you had to face yourself, what was that process like?
The biggest thing that I've learned, especially when I got back from Bali, the retreat, is accepting the shadow side within myself and the light side. That's the true wholeness. When I'm looking at myself so honestly that my ego does not want to see the things that realizing, wait a second, I'm not perfect. I also have my things. But being that good girl, that people pleaser, making sure that everyone feels okay around me, having that survival mechanism of being that chameleon to come into the room and think, who am I supposed to be to feel safe here? But that wasn't my thought process because it was all subconscious, unconscious. And when I started to dive deeper into it, I've realized so many things for myself. And whoever is watching or listening to this, you might be the first one in your lineage of women in your family who actually gets to work on herself, gets to choose a different life. But that comes with the weight, of being the black sheep in the family, being that weird one, being the one of being that solid, like the solitude. That's the biggest power that I have right now. That becoming that helped me and shaped me, it's when I took time with myself. You know, recently I was talking with my mom, and she always like on the phone, or like, I'm not trying to teach her, or because, you know, she has her own life, but I just asked, I was like, before going to bed, don't you like just want to put the phone away? And she's like, yeah, but then I have to sit with my thoughts.
Interesting.
But for me, that was, well, why is it so bad? I mean, it can be scary, but that's exactly what we need sometimes, what we're running away from. I decided to face it. Because when you face the fear, when you face those emotions and feelings that you try to numb with alcohol, with casual sex, with things that you're just trying to numb, all they want is just sometimes to be seen and heard. And that's what I realized for myself, is that sitting in solitude, not always isolating myself for a long time, but having that purposeful isolation, you will hear yourself the most in silence. And that's what I realized for myself, is I heard myself the most in silence, and that's what helped me to hear myself, the divine within me. And it's uncomfortable because sometimes the thoughts and the feelings, you just don't think you can handle it. You know,
they can be very dark. I think especially when you are mentally vulnerable after a breakup, when you're like for example, you lose a job. It's like when you have those very vulnerable moments, it's like, what do I need to face? What aspect of myself do I need to look at, let go of? And right now I've really been kind of re-experiencing going back to the letting go process. So whenever I feel an attachment and desire for something, especially around desire, wanting something, I feel like I need it in order to have the life that I want. It's like we always feel like we need something else in order to be happy. But going through this whole letting go process, I'm like kind of going through my own evolution. I feel like I'm still like a caterpillar phase right now in my whole like butterfly becoming. Also, another thing is that I feel like we're constantly evolving. I talk about this in my channel a lot, where we're not meant to just be a caterpillar and a butterfly once, but we're meant to go through this evolution constantly, hundreds, thousands of times within our lives, with every brand new level that we want to get at. I remember that you mentioned something about relationships as well, and how certain breakups really did drove you to think about what it is that you actually desired in life. Yeah.
I really love this example that you're giving. We're going so deep in here.
Oh, I love it.
Because I love butterflies. They are I even have a tattoo of a butterfly.
Yeah.
Because it's a cycle and it's never ending learning. And once you realize that, you actually become more at peace with becoming, rather than just waiting for that end goal of that version. And you can still love yourself as you becoming someone that you want, and not just waiting to live and enjoy life while you get that 10K, while you get that car, while you get married, or whatever you want in life. And for me, that cycle, I would say, definitely that caterpillar phase was 4 years ago when I ended the relationship. And I literally asked myself, who am I? Because whenever I would go grocery shopping, I would shop for two. Whenever I go to the store, whenever I go on a vacation, like it was always two people. And when you're young, you don't have that much time to explore yourself. You can still explore yourself within the relationship, but it's not the same. So once I got that freedom, I didn't know what to do with it. So I actually, instead of jumping from one relationship to the other, I took time, at least 1 year, to actually learn more about myself, to analyze what actually happened. Because our partners will be the biggest teachers. People who hurt you the most are there to help you to become that version that you want to become. Because I truly believe that us, before coming to this planet, our souls, they choose the parents. We choose our parents, we choose our friends, we choose every single lesson that we're going through. And there's a legend there as well that says that there is a reason why your soul decided that it was worthy to choose this life. That means that there is a lot of things that you are going through that help you and shape you to evolve your soul. Because we didn't come here just sit comfy in the chair and do nothing.
Although we want to.
If you go to sit there comfy, trust me, I knew that that relationship was not for me a long time ago, but I was sitting comfortable until it became so unbearable. And that's how the universe and God works in the cycles. At first it whispers, then it says, then it's gonna scream, and then it's gonna slap you in the face to make you move, because you will not find peace in something that's not yours. God will push you, God will give you chances, but when we got used to only move when we in that survival mode, when shit hits the fan and only then you move, only when you're really close to not having money at all, you looking for the job, or only when the relationship gets so bad that you quit, then you know that's the pattern. And the pattern will keep coming back until you learn the lesson. So for me, that pattern in the relationship was not losing myself in the relationship. I would dive so deep into the relationship that I would lose myself, that I would prioritize everyone else and everything else but myself. But what I realized, the biggest thing and the biggest lesson that I've learned is that God has to always be first. God, universe, whoever you believe in, then you, and then the rest. Because if you put anything or anyone above God, God will always humble you and take it away from you until God will be first. And for me, that phase was in a relationship. And then after a year of relationship, I got into another relationship, and that was more lessons. But the way I look at it is everything is happening for me, not to me. And I am seeing now and connecting the dots, realizing why that happened and how it helped me to become who I am right now. I wouldn't change a thing. But that's the biggest lesson that I've learned, is that those dots, you can only put those dots in the future, like somewhere in the future. Right now, you might not understand why whatever is happening in your life is happening. You might think that going into the victim mode, why is this always happening to me? Why me? I'm so tired. I just want this.
You hear it everywhere on TikTok, Instagram, of people blaming the dating pool, blaming men, blaming this and that. Where is the accountability? I know I cut you off, but
It's okay.
I remember we had a really profound conversation where you said that if a man lacks purpose, he'll take your purpose away.
Yeah.
If the man lacks self-love, he will take your love, your self-love. And that was so profound. And I want to know more. Like, give me the juice.
Yeah.
Give me everything.
You're here for the juice.
Give me the juice.
Ladies, this is, if out of all of the things that we're talking about today, I'm not a relationship guru, but I've learned my mistakes that took me years. So if you're gonna take this and actually apply into your life, trust me, it's gonna change. It's gonna be a game changer. So
Listen up.
listen up. And if you have any other advice, please comment. I would love to hear so I can save a couple of years of my life. Please, let's help each other because that's what we are here for. So if the man doesn't have the passion, he's gonna take away yours, because the reason for a man to come to this planet is to like be in the masculine. But even though masculine, it's not just the gender wise, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. There's still, for men, it's important to have his passions, his success, because that's where his drive is coming from, his ego is coming from. So when he doesn't have that, then he starts to compete with a woman. And when he competes with a woman, the woman, at least for me in a relationship, I felt like I needed to dim my light. I don't want to be too successful for him. I don't want to be too much for him. I don't want to make more money than him, because then he will feel less off. But is that true relationship that you want to be in, where you feel like you have to dim your light? Because what I believe is that true relationship, two soulmates coming together, they actually empower each other. They improve each other. But if it's karmic relationship, you have to go through those lessons. And if he's insecure, he's gonna start telling you, don't wear that. Don't put that much makeup. You don't need that much makeup. You don't need friends. You don't need to work. So then he's isolating you from everything that you need. Because I truly believe that every woman should have pillars in her life. Pillars mean that relationship is just part of your life. This is your one pillar. Another pillar is your career. Another pillar is your friends. Another pillar is your family. Another pillar is your hobbies. So when a relationship leaves, like whatever man leaves your life, you still have some pillars that you stand on. It's a bit shaky, but you still have some pillars. But
We actually have some pillars right here.
Yeah, there's like which one do you like more?
These two.
Yeah.
I wrote a newsletter about this very topic. So it's so crazy that you are talking about this. But is there like, can I borrow your phone? These two are the pillars. You stand right here. If I were to take this bottle out, your phone's just gonna knock down.
Yeah.
And you're gonna knock down. Typically, there are 3 or 4. How many pillars do you think?
I'd say at least 3-4 pillars that you need in your life.
And
they can intertwine and change between, but you need like constant 3 to 4 pillars to keep you steady.
So there's only 2 right now, but imagine if you only had relationships as your only pillar, and you break up with your mans and your life just goes to shit. So I don't want to knock the soda down, but you know how it goes, right? Like it's just gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off, and you're gonna lose all sense of your life. So yeah, well, we had pillars right here. So
and that's the biggest lesson that I've had for myself. That I only had 1 to 2 pillars. I had my job and I had my partner. So when I removed my job, like I shifted literally from medical field to started doing content creation, and then I didn't have the relationships. I moved to a new place, so not so many friends, and all of a sudden, who am I? Like, what are my pillars? So I had to rebuild myself. But that's the thing about being at the rock bottom, burning everything down so you can actually start building something that's gonna last. Because confidence, it's all of these pillars, it's something surface level. But the true self-worth, it's something that if I would take everything away from you, everything, would you still believe that you're worthy? Would you still believe that you love yourself? And that's what matters, because that's why I invest in coaches, mentors. The mindset that I have right now, you can take away from me, but I will rebuild myself, because I have something that nobody can take away from me. Is my inner strength, my inner voice. And if that inner voice is your bestie, oh girl, you're such a queen that nobody can take it away from you. That queendom that you build within yourself, that's truly the value and the biggest asset in your life. And once you value yourself, you will not settle for less than you deserve. In relationship, in your job, in friendships, whatever.
The standard has just elevated. Yeah, I love that you really talked about how important it is to face yourself, but also I want to talk more about standards as well.
Yes.
Like,
let's talk about it.
And there's a lot of judgment around that. And it also makes a lot of women feel like, who am I to set a higher standard? Who am I to be dating a guy like that? Who am I to be going after a career like that? And there's just like that resistance of who am I? How did you overcome that yourself? And what kind of work do we need to do in order to set that high standard?
I love that you asked me about that because
You love all these questions.
Because social media right now, I truly believe that that's the biggest shift that we're having right now with roles of masculine and feminine. Because back in the days, women were only able to like stay at home. We didn't even have access to credit cards up until like a few years ago, right? 10, 20 years ago. And right now we have access to it. Women make money. So men used to only provide finances, and that would be considered the standard.
Yeah.
But now that women are making money and men are coming in with money, and they're like, okay, but what else do you have other than money? I get it. It's actually a big aspect. I love money, and I truly believe that men should provide the basics, the safety, and I am not gonna hide that because some women are like, yeah, but no, like it's important for me, and I state it.
Yeah.
But being a provider, it's a whole container. It's having emotional intelligence. It's having the safety when you like things are not going well. How is he acting in the argument? Is he creating the safe space for you mentally, physically, spiritually? That's the whole standard. And usually with all of that package, men just didn't get used to it. So now they're readjusting and they're like, oh, wait a second, so money is not enough. What else can I give her? So that readjustment is what is happening right now. And women also need to create, like us, need to create a space for men to be men. Allow them to be men.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the hyper independence that women have built, that identity that I can provide myself. I don't need no man. Like I don't need, you know, and it's also your relationship to God too. God and standards. Men is like one aspect to the masculine, but like it's also about what's your relationship with God too.
This is such a big one.
Such a big one. Such a big one.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Men from God is like you have all of these standards. Usually what I say, I would write it down. It's part of the manifestation as well, that you write down everything you want in your partner, even to the details of how he is in argument and how you feel around him, what he has, like all of that. And then I want you to look at that list and put your name on the top and become that person. So we have the standards for someone else, while us sitting and not going to the gym, not taking care of our body, not taking care of our finances. I'm not saying that you have to be a millionaire to meet a millionaire, but I mean that you have to be responsible and you have to hold the standards for yourself in the first place, because you're not doing it for a man. I'm not dressing for a man. I'm dressing for myself because that's how I feel within myself.
Guys, look at her outfit today. She's absolutely stunning today.
But that's what I'm saying. Like your appearance matters because that's how you take care of yourself.
Yes.
How do you respect yourself? Because there's this example that was going around the internet that if you love yourself at 20% and a man comes in and he loves you at 25, you're like, oh my God, like he loves me more.
Wow.
But then if you love yourself at 100% and then a man comes with the 50, you're like, no, thank you. Because I know that that's the standard that I have for myself.
Wow.
So
I have never heard of anyone
Really?
say that.
Yeah.
Guys, are you writing this down?
Oh
my
Because that
gosh,
shifted
okay.
my brain chemistry the minute I heard that. Because how we love ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, then that's kind of the relationship that we can attract. Because if you're attracting men who really in their feminine, that means that you're too much in your masculine. And if you want the man to open the door, don't rush yourself to get really close to the door and open yourself.
Right.
Slow down your walk. Allow him to get the door and open it for you. Voice it that, oh, you know what? You opening the door yesterday was so hot. Those kind of things are like feminine. And feminine, it's not weakness. You can open the door yourself. That's the queen. The queen can do everything herself, but she allows others to do it for her. It doesn't make her weak. She allows it. They know she's powerful. But because you can do it yourself doesn't mean you cannot allow others to help you.
Yeah. I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk about manifestation.
Yes.
So using manifestation and using your feminine energy to manifest. I think I have been very focused on my masculine in creating success in my life, and it has gotten me quite far in the way that I've always wanted it to. Now, there's like something very mysterious about the feminine. Can't quite understand it, but yet it just happens to you. The masculine is something that can be calculated. Like you can see the linear effort, but feminine is like there is something mysterious about it. So tell us the secrets to that feminine energy and like how you're able to attract things in your life.
Yes. We love feminine. Honestly, for me, the biggest shift for feminine energy was when I was in Bali during the retreat. Even before that, I already started shifting, but the concept of a wild woman, the concept of being and seeing a woman not just as doing your nails, bubble baths, and wearing pink, which is actually the true color of feminine. It's baby blue, which I was shocked. But when you step into the power, into your womb, the one that you can create life out of. So if you can create a baby, a new human being, do you think you cannot create the career that you want? Do you think you cannot create the life that you want? You can create everything. But there is this thing that shift the most for me in feminine energy is the chakra centers that we have. And the second chakra is responsible for pleasure, sexual energy, and that's where the big money is. When you're in survival mode, when you're always in fight or flight, and you feel like you're always rushing, your body's always tense, and you always trying to fight your life, and that fighting will never get you into the pleasure. So to start creating, you need to get yourself out of that fight or flight. And how do you do that? You ground yourself and you sit and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Simple question as listening to my body, feeling the tension. Where is it aching? Where in my body do I feel heavy right now? What emotions am I in right now? And when you shift that gear, and instead of always running, and I hear people say, I don't have time for meditation, I don't have time for sitting and for art, or like getting some, like doing some art during your daily basis, or going to galleries, or I don't know, just having some easy, fun, pleasurable time. That means you are in fight or flight. So when you actually take time, because I can guarantee you, you have at least 10 minutes off your time. The first thing that you wake up in the morning, just sit with yourself and listen to yourself and ask, how can I make this day better for myself? What can I do for you? And the true feminine energy for me, the wild woman within me, it's actually allowing myself to be different. You don't have to be just one way. We are emotional creatures. Men cannot do those emotions that we do, expressing themselves. saying it out loud, creating. Because the woman comes to this planet to create. And whatever that creation is, it doesn't always have to bring you money. It doesn't always have to be productive. It doesn't always have to make sense. But it has to come through your nervous system regulation and your body. Because masculine is being in your head. Feminine is being in your heart and your body. That's the biggest difference. Because I can understand all of the traumas that I have. But if my body, because body always keeps the score, if my body is still not feeling safe, you can think your way through a lot of things, but not that. You have to feel it. You have to release it, especially in our hips. We hold a lot of trauma in our hips. So there's a lot of exercises and there's a lot of somatic practices that you can do to actually release the trauma from your hips, release the trauma from your body. And I can give you one right now, just as simple as getting up and shaking it off. Like imagining like you're shaking it off, or laying down and like moving your hips up and down and like hitting your back. Please be careful. But there's actually some women that actually can get an orgasm during that somatic practice. So you should try it. There's a lot of things that you can do, but the main focus, if you want to step into your feminine, get out of that survival mode, is getting into your body, feeling it, sitting with it, and releasing through regulating your nervous system. That's the true key into the feminine, getting into your body, out of your head and your brain, because sometimes we just need to, feel it to heal it.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. What are you currently calling into your life right now? What is your next manifestation?
I usually don't say it out loud.
Everyone says that when you have like birthday wishes and you say your birthday wish out loud, it's not going to be true. Why?
Because it collapses. So basically the energies, I do believe in evil eye. I know whatever you believe in, that's what you get in life. I don't believe in like creating protections all the time and like feeling like someone is after you, because when you know that you're truly protected by God, like nothing can happen to you. And I usually just imagine like being surrounded by this light and I'm in this bubble, no one can touch me, all good. But there's still that aspect that even psychologically, that when you say something ahead of time, your brain is rewarded like it already happened. So you don't have that much drive to go after that. And another thing, whatever you say, it collapses the energy, and someone can say something or like plant the seed of doubt that you didn't even think of, and that can not ruin the whole thing, but it can not necessarily shift you towards the right thing. Because another thing about feminine energy, we are so intuitive, and that desire within you, that idea that you're holding, it needs to circle, it needs to come out. Because if you're holding, especially if you cannot lose weight, sometimes, please be advised with the doctor, this is not a medical advice, but I used to be in a relationship that was not serving me well, and I was holding a lot to myself. I was not expressing myself. I was not saying when things were supposed to be said. I was not creating content. So I was holding a lot within myself. So I started gaining weight because that whole energy is literally sitting inside of you, and you like a balloon start to bloat. And if you don't release that energy, because when energy comes as a desire, as an idea, but you don't think that it's worthy enough to be birthed into this world, to be created into this world, then it's gonna get stuck. And that release that needs to be done all the time, that cycle that needs to be going, that's what's important to keep going. What was the question again? Because I literally went on.
It was just about your manifestation.
Oh, manifestation. Okay, I can share in general right now. What I'm feeling at this point is manifesting the clarity that I need in the direction that I need to go. Because our focus is the biggest asset that we have, because where the focus goes, energy flows. And if you don't have your northern star, I actually have a podcast episode about it, so good, that if you don't have that northern star where you're heading, what you want out of life, then it's harder to say no to certain things because you don't know if it's aligning with you or not. So for me right now, I feel like I have so many things that I want to do and empower women and help them. And I have so much knowledge. But for me, I feel like, how do I package it all to one thing and to give that value to people? Because I can sit and talk for hours about it because I truly know how it can change your life. And the women that I work with in mentorship programs, and I can see that their life shifts literally in front of my eyes. And I'm thinking, how can I give more, like, to more women? How can more women realize that they are so powerful, that there's nothing that they cannot do or achieve in this life, and life doesn't have to be hard. You can do it with pleasure. And a lot of people are saying that my energy, it's like sun that shines, or like they love my positivity. And I used to be really shy about it, or like not owning up to it, but this is part of being seen. And this is the one that one of the biggest things that I'm manifesting as well, is that allowing myself to be seen.
So speaking of being seen, I remember seeing a story on your Instagram of you talking on the microphone, talking to the camera for the first time, and you were so different from how you speak to the camera now. Like, two different people. So I know a lot of people watching this are probably very interested in starting their own personal brand, being on Instagram. It's like that visibility. Let's start with kind of the root, because we want to know, like, how did you shift your confidence to be able to embody this version of you now?
Some of you might not like what I'm going to answer. There's no magic pill. The antidote to the fear of being seen is action and getting in front of the camera. This is the only way to get where you want. Again, not thinking, but doing. That's the biggest thing that I've realized for people who are really successful in social media. The time between their idea and execution is so short that it doesn't give them enough time for their brain to talk them out of it, or having that perfectionism. However, there's few things that really helped me along the way to get to where I am right now. And the biggest thing was the first, taking your phone. You don't have to post it anywhere, but every single day, just take the phone for 5 minutes, start talking. Just say how your day went. I know that some people feel cringe listening to their voice. Get over it. Like, this is your ego telling you. It doesn't matter what you say, what matters how you say it, and what matters is what value do you bring to people. When I shifted my focus from how do I look and the aesthetics to what value do I bring, is that gonna help people? My perfectionism went in the other way.
It's like the focus of giving rather than what am I going to get from posting this video, right? Am I just going to get the views, or am I giving my all to just serve one person? And if one person was able to get value from this, I've done my job. That kind of mentality.
Knowing, I know that you've heard it so many times, but knowing your why. Why do you even want to post? If you want to post just for your ego, I mean, you can do that too. Why not? But when you have that bigger purpose than yourself, then posting becomes so much easier. And you don't need those fancy editing, because that's another thing that you put the boundary between you and your dream, that, oh, I don't know how to edit. Look at that Yap challenge that, I don't know if you heard about it, but she literally, just by sitting down and having basic editing skills, she got herself like so many followers and such a successful launch of millions of dollars. And you just proved that all you need is you and your energy. There's no one like you. And the fear of being seen, you also have to go deep within yourself and ask, who told me that expressing myself is not safe? At what point of my life did I learn that it's not safe to say what I want or to be seen? Or, you know, when you were a kid and maybe your mom was having a headache and you started screaming around and your mom said, shh, be quiet. You're too much. Yeah. And at that point, when you were a kid, you think that it's all about you. This is your whole world. You don't critically think about it. So then in your subconscious mind, somewhere, there is a seed that thinks that, oh, I was too much. And whenever I express myself, I will be punished for it. So then you don't feel safe expressing. So it's also important to go really deep within yourself or have someone to help you to understand, where is that seed coming from? Who told you that it's not safe to express yourself? Another big thing that people are saying is, well, it's oversaturated. There's not enough space for me. There's so many content creators. Oh yeah, well, you see, I got a hat because that's such a big thing. Yeah. And why such a big thing? Because I thought the same way. But what I realized is that no matter how many people are gonna talk about the same topic, everyone has a different lens and the perspective. And I remember you told me that you were reading or listening to the podcast that people just want to hear your perspective. They don't want to hear about everything else. They just want to see the lens that you're looking through that situation. And you can have the same situation and everyone is going to interpret it differently. And that's already your content. And there's space for everyone because there's nobody with your energy. You're the only one with the story that you have, with the voice that you have. That's why one video that can go viral, I can do the same video and it won't even get 300 views because the energy, it's not the same. The way you say it, it's not the same. Or the fear of being seen, another. What if my colleagues are gonna see it? What if my relatives, my family, my friends from school, what if they're gonna see it? Create a new page, blog them, whatever. But the opinion of people, I want you to imagine for a second. Close your eyes. And there is a person that comes to you and says, I don't like your pink hair. And you're like, wait a second. If you have pink hair, imagine a different color. And you're like, wait a second. I have a black hair. I don't know what that person is saying. You don't care, right? And then imagine they giving you an advice and saying, hey, that video sucked. Did something change in your life? Did your life improve? Did you get paid for it? Did they pay your bills? Did your life improve in any way other than just create a doubt within you? Other than just, it's their opinion. So now, I want you to open your eyes and remember that every single time that people have a right for their opinion. It's their opinion. It's not a fact. So if I'm saying something, I have a right to say whatever I want. I'm not going to fight it. And you have a right to say whatever you want.
I do.
But because you're saying something doesn't mean it's the only truth. It's your truth. And I give it a space and I allow you to think whatever you want to think.
Yeah.
But this is not how I believe and what I think about myself. But someone that I know told me that, well, your followers are fake or whatever. Because when I used to do some, in the beginning, it was like gifts and like giveaways and stuff. And that like really dig deep into me. But that wasn't that person. If I wouldn't believe that, it wouldn't even touch me a second. But then I questioned myself, whoa, do I really believe that? So it's not about what the other person is saying, it's how you react to it. And if it touches you, then that means that there's a seed within you that you doubt yourself. If someone is saying that your videos are silly, what the hell are you doing? And you believe that, that's on you. That's not on them.
Content is such a self-development journey.
Yes.
Every video I make, I'm like battling a new level within me. Yeah. It is so crazy. Another thing that I want to talk about is your Instagram is so fucking fire. I have told Lalita constantly that she should talk about how to create a personal brand. The moment I saw your page, I was like, I need to be friends with her. I think that is like the perfect embodiment of what a powerful personal brand is. You're not focused on like you being the central focus, but it's like, how are you creating the life that you want, and how are you inspiring with your platform? And it's like it seems very nuanced. It seems like there's no way that I can differentiate that, but there's an energy to it. You just want to share your world, your mind to people, and I love it. I do not have an Instagram presence right now, but every time I see your page, I'm like, dude, I want to do this too. Like, do it. I'm so conflicted because I hate Instagram, but you do it so well. Massive creators that I've seen, they don't even do it as well as you. So I feel like you have something so powerful to share around creating a personal brand. What is your approach to it? Do you have practical tips to help people get started to create a brand that is authentic to them?
I love that. First of all, thank you for sharing that. We're gonna take it. We're taking the compliments, owning it up. Yeah. Well, personal brand is everything. At first you work for personal brand and then it works for you. So since I remember myself, I was always passionate about making some videos and, doing it for fun. Because that's the thing with social media. You have to be ready to do it for a bit of time without the rewards.
When did you start?
Honestly, I'd say I started 9-10 years ago. But it was like more for fun, but taking it seriously as something that I can monetize and something that I can truly take it as a career and influence other people. I'd say maybe closer to 2 years ago that I actually started taking it. And that's when I experimented and got 20,000 followers in almost a month, and I was like, oh, wait a second, so that's possible. When you release the expectations and you focus on bringing value to people, they feel it. Because when you just copy pasting from someone else, people feel it, especially with AI now. There's so many things that you can ask AI to create for you. So what people are really craving is your authenticity. So don't create, document. The phrase that actually shifted something within me is you're not only like a content creator and you creating something, you actually documenting your life. So if you don't know where to start, what to do, what to talk about, think about the 3 pillars. Again, the pillars in your life. It relates to everything. The biggest thing that I can suggest to start, if I were to start from all over again, is the pillars. And the pillars is what is happening in your life right now. For example, the pillars that I'm exploring right now in my life, first is sharing my mindset and perspective. For example, I went to every Sunday they creating this like yoga outside in the gym. So I just shared that about the community, and you are who you surround yourself with, and surround yourself with people who get you. So basically I took experience from my life and the perspective, and I posted that. So I have few videos that go in with that. Another pillar that I have is fashion, because I love fashion. I love expressing, and it's part of the feminine as well. So I put that into and another one is spirituality, mindset, and I do that too, and having fun, enjoying life. So basically, I have few pillars behind the scenes. So think about what's happening in your life right now that you can share. Another thing that I can share is being single and dating life. Holy, I can talk the whole lot about it too, right? Yeah. So that's the story that you can build in your personal branding, to think the 3 things that you are doing right now in your life. Are you flipping the houses or furniture? Are you doing the nails? Are you trying to, figure out your new style? It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something that people can relate to. And you creating like the phrase, you are the niche, this is it. Personal branding, it's called really fancy personal branding. It's just basically when people think of you, what do you want people to think, associate you with? When my name is said, what I want people to associate me with is woman empowerment, positivity, like mindset, empowerment in life, and just having this perspective that whatever happens in life, you'll be fine. Like you can get out of it.
Oh, I get that. I think of that.
And it's just like having that, that perspective of being that queen in your life, and you can get whatever you want. So what do you want people to associate you with when they hear your name? That's your personal branding. And just knowing why you do it. So if you want to start. It's never too late. You literally pick up the camera and you do it imperfectly every single day, and it's part of the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect, the wing of a butterfly, it's not scientifically proven, but this is a metaphor that a wing of a butterfly can create a tornado in the other side of the world. And this one wing, this one from Atomic Habits, James Clear book, one thing every single day, 1% is 365% at the end of the year. So if you want to start, pick up the phone and, I don't know, record 10 seconds. Just say a few words. The next day, record 30 seconds. The next day, post like a post with the quote. And then, it's just like shifting and taking steps, but it's the embodiment of someone who's comfortable in front of the camera. Because you can change your habits, but it's going to be really tough if your identity is the one who's afraid of being in front of the camera. So shifting your identity to the one who's comfortable in front of it, because when you're 80 years old, imagine that.
There's so many 80-year-olds that talk about the regrets of the life that they wish they had lived, but never ended up living. I so resonate with that.
Same. Because if you're 80 years old, just imagine, close your eyes again. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. Only if you're safe. Just imagine you're 80 years old. A
lot of car accidents happening after watching this.
Whoops. That was my episode with you. Yeah. It's just like, imagine you're 80 years old, and then God has millions and millions of people in front of him, but he chooses you to give you another chance to live your life. And you're opening your eyes, and you're again in whatever age you are now. What are the things that you would start doing differently? Because everyone who's in their 40s and 50s are saying the same thing. I wish I would care less about what other people think.
That's such a big one. Everyone says that. Yeah. Everyone says that when they're 50, 60, It's just like...
And that's external validation that you need to start giving to yourself. When I started saying, your outfit looks so good today, if someone doesn't like it, it's on them. I love it. I love my hair. I love my makeup. I love the content that I'm making. People always have opinions. And think about it. A true magnet is the authenticity. And the true magnet magnetizes the same, but it also repels. That's how you know you're authentic. Because if your content is loved by everyone, then there's a question if you're truly authentic, or you just, saying for the sake of pleasing everyone. Because I had some hate comments about the spirituality, and the recent comment that a guy made that, I really loved Lalita, she's really interesting girl, but that Instagram thing that she's doing, what is that? And actually I was like, that kind of stings. But then that means that that's not a man for me, because my man would support me in any creation it is. And I know that whatever I'm creating brings so much value. It changes lives. And that's what matters. So people always have an opinion. What matters is what you believe about yourself, what you think about yourself. Think about Hailey Bieber, how much hate she had. And then she walked through it like a champion. She did not comment. She did not fight back. She just let people think whatever they thought. She knew the truth within her.
Yeah.
And that's the power, without needing to prove that you're different. Let people think that you cringe. Let people think that you're different. Like, every people that meet you will see you as a different version. A version who's a bitch, a version who's a good girl, a version who's the one who's always late, a version who's always on time. Like,
that's the version of the wild woman too, right? It's like embodying. There was this analogy that I really like going back to, which is the tiger in a zoo, right? A tiger in a zoo is tamed. It's like quiet, it's obedient, but once it like releases the cage and like finally roams free into the wild, who is that tiger? How does that tiger become? And it's like freeing sense of, I can be scary, I can be rough, I can be loud, I can be the wild woman. So
wow.
Yeah.
And the wild woman, there's actually a book, The Woman Who Runs with the Wolves.
I still need to read that.
Yeah, it's a heavy book.
Yeah.
In a way, but that read, I'm ending the second chapter because I'm actually taking my time and reading it through. But there's a concept of a woman, of a wild woman, that inner freedom that we have to express ourselves. But then women were called witches. We were burnt for the power that we have, because how afraid do you have to be of a woman and her power when she really steps into it and you remember who you are? Because my philosophy in whatever I'm doing is that you don't fix yourself. You actually help, like, I help women to remember who you are. It's actually removing the layers that you put on yourself over the years that made you believe that you're like less than. You're always, and you've been always worthy. It's just a matter of letting yourself be, letting that inner wildness within you, that inner child, which is a big thing, the inner child within you, to live, to enjoy, to play, to feel, and just be that woman who doesn't care, because she expresses herself fully. And when you shine really bright, some people will not like it because it creates shadows.
Yeah.
It creates the brightness that, you know, people can put some shades on if it's too bright, or they can go somewhere else, but you will trigger others by your light. But don't let it make you think that you're too much. Be too much. Say, yes, I am too much. So what? I am too much. I am crazy.
I love that.
I like, saying it out loud releases so much tension.
I am crazy, but I am free.
Yeah, I am crazy, but I am free. Whatever you're resisting and what people are telling about you and saying like, oh, you just love men for money. Yes, so what? I love men for money. Oh my God. I love matcha. Kill me for it. I love pizza with pineapple. So what? Like, you know, just whatever people are saying, say, yeah, sure. When you agree, people have nothing to fight back because they don't eat on that energy of resistance. Just allow them to think.
Just allow them.
And know who you are within. That's what matters. Okay. And that's the truth. When you know who you are, you will not allow the world to tell you who you are. Because if you don't know it, everyone around you will start feeding you those opinions and you will forget what is truly yours. And that's an act of a wild woman. She's wild.
She's wild.
She's wild. She doesn't let anyone tell her what to do.
I love that.
With the sass and a bit of like
a little bit of
feminine.
Sass. So we are coming to an end, but I want to ask you one final question.
Yes.
So if you have a daughter, and what would be the one thing that you want your daughter to know? Or what is one lesson, one thing that you want your daughter to really drill down and know to set herself for success for the rest of her life?
Easy question, because that's literally what I've been thinking lately. Not about the kids. eventually. But I would tell her that she can achieve anything that she wants as long as she believes in herself. I would give her the power of believing in herself, betting on herself, and knowing that whatever she puts her mind to, she can get it. And not letting this world to tell her who to be or not to be, tell her that this is too big of a dream, not even myself. Do not let anyone tell you. If you have that desire within, I always say that seed that has been planted by God, no one has that vision but you. So you have to trust it. And there are so many successful people that were called crazy, that were called whatever names, but that's all until they actually make it. And then everyone's asking, how did you make it? How did you do it? But in the process, there's that phase that the only person that who's going to clap for you is yourself. And there's people who gonna doubt you. Just make sure it's not you.
You know, there is a great level of responsibility. I don't know if you want kids one day, but
I'd love to. With a good man.
With a good man. Children observe based on what you do, not what you say. People say, I want my daughter to believe in herself more. But ultimately, your daughter is going to observe how you believe in yourself, how much you embody the truth that you're passing down, you know?
And that's the thing. Part of the wild woman. And the centuries, generations of women who believe they need to sacrifice themselves for something, for someone. And I believe that a true, as you said, example, and the best example that you have, that you can give for your kids, is to be happy yourself, to be fulfilled, to be able to put yourself first. And it's not just being selfish, it's actually showing them that in this world, you come alone and you leave alone. And the only person through this whole life that you walk through with is yourself. Nobody been in the moments that you've been with yourself. Nobody knows what you feel. Nobody been in your shoes. So you should be the person who has that empathy for yourself, love for yourself, and believing in yourself to the core, and knowing that whatever happens, you got yourself, and reminding that for yourself. I believe that's the true power that I would love to leave for my kids, and just to tell them that, you know, you'll be fine, because you're never alone. Honestly, every time when I was on my own in my solitude, when you feel that presence of higher sources of your lineage, the power of your angels, the power of God, that can sound really woo-woo, but when you step into that and you realize that you were never alone, that your higher self is actually speaking to you right now through the desires, through people. God is always speaking through numbers, angel numbers, through different like butterflies, see butterflies a lot. You can always ask for help. You're never alone. So when you realize that power within, you will win in this life.
That's so beautiful.
Yes.
Lalita, how can everyone find you? How do we find you?
Come to Toronto. That's how we found each other. Yes. Actually, that's crazy how we met, because I decided to try something new, which another thing you guys can do. Queens, not guys. I don't like guys. Queens. You do is try something new, and we actually met there. It's called 222, again, angel number. And yes, so there's an app in Toronto where you meet. It's like, you know, there's a dating app, but this app is to find friends and people who think alike. So you go through the questionnaire and then you find the group of people, and in that group of people we met the mutual friend.
Our mutual friend.
Yes. And then that mutual friend, when I was talking to her, she said, I have to introduce you to someone that I know. I have to introduce you to someone that I know who does YouTube, and you guys have to meet. And then what are the odds?
What are the freaking odds?
That you would come to Toronto and we would sit and record this just because randomly. So random is never random. You watching this video is never random.
Yeah.
So if you want to find me, I'm on YouTube. Mostly I'm on Instagram. I'm starting on YouTube. So follow me there. Yes. I feel like I just have more connections when I talk a lot. Like, not a lot. I mean, we love to yap. When we talk long format. So I'm on Instagram, lalita C with SII. And
I'll put it here somewhere.
yes, there's also a podcast that I have, and there's another vlog that's coming from Bali. So I'm really excited about that too. So go ahead and check it out. I'll be really happy to invite you to the queendom to get, queens come together, empower each other, because that's all about, right? Like us sitting right now here. Honestly, I'm loving these conversations.
Girl.
And I love your energy and you
Girl.
taking time to do that too.
Girl.
It's just,
Girl.
when you do something that you love, it gives you energy. Like you get fired up, and that's how you know it's your people. So if you're watching these kind of videos and content, let's be friends, because we are in for it.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you
y'all.
for watching. And remember, love yourself, love myself, love you. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.